you said you've evolved. How have you evolved?
Well, I've been an interior designer for most of my professional career, and I still practice interior design. And during that process, two things. One, I realized that, I've also been on a self-discovery path and on a healing path for probably about the same amount of time. So I don't know if I'm a natural teacher or what. Maybe that's the muse, right? I like to inspire people, but as I learn something that works, I love to teach it and share it and help others. So through the interior design process, there's a process that you do that works, and it's a discovery process, right? Helping people to figure out what do they like, what do they not like, what really matters to them. How do they want to live their life? So it's the same thing for people on a personal level. You can use certain steps to kind of dig in and design a life that you love, not just a home you love. So that's kind of how the whole life design, evolved, because it's really like this holistic approach to designing a home in your life that you love. So it was not a clear path. I just, I think the first time we met maybe was you came and every New Year's Day, I create a vision board, and then that evolved because I invited friends to, join me and create vision boards. And so that just sort of blossomed. So as I wanted to do things for myself, I just include my friends, and then other people will go, well, I want to do that, or that's cool, or, so it's grown and evolved kind of that way.
So just like your business, it sounds like the personal journey and your business kind of meshed together.
Absolutely. I want people to have a home and the life they love. So that's how I guess I am my business. There's not some big corporation that is outside of me, that someone else could step in and run. It's not that way. And as far as the Possibilitarian, I saw that one day and I loved it. I'm just like, whoo, this fits, because I believe all things are possible. All things are possible. And we are really the only one that limits ourselves. So I think one of my favorite quotes was that I shared with you earlier was dwell in possibility. And is it Audrey Hepburn that says something like the word impossible actually says, I am possible.
I am possible. Yeah. Love that quote. So let's say you've got a big challenge in your business. I'm sure you've had ups and downs. You've been in business a long time. How do you look at challenge?
I'm still a work in progress. I haven't got it all figured out,
It could be in your life or in your business that you just really knew that there was just something that you really either had to change up big time or just take a totally different direction.
Well, in business, let me think about this. I in life, 100%. We all know when we get to that place where it becomes painful to continue on as you have been, and you have to make a change, right? And a lot of times there's just a lot of fear around change, right? We cling to the comfortable and the familiar, and even if it's not working, sometimes there's some more fear about making a change. So yeah, some changes have been much easier, and some have been more challenging. So in the process of creating a video podcast myself, and it's been a slowly evolving process and challenging, because I find that I have levels of perfectionism, and I want it to roll out and be perfect, like a Marie TV or something, Marie Forleo didn't start out that way, but in my mind, I think, oh, she's got it polished and fun. And yeah. So I'm like, I have to remember, okay, I need to start at the beginning. It's okay to be a beginner in something, and allow it to evolve and change and grow.
And one of the things I'm hearing that I really like, and I think it's going to really help a lot of women listening to this, is that you are willing to look at reality. Maybe it's not always that pleasant, but you're also willing to look at yourself and be consistently honest, is what I'm hearing, and saying, look, it's not working. So what are we going to do? Because as you say, that's that fear, and that's that negative noise in our head that says, oh no, let's just stay where we are. Don't rock the boat. It's not awful. It's not miserable. It's okay. And I know I was there for many years, and I can tell you that it wasn't awful. It was there. And I just had to say, is this how you want to live the rest of your life?
Exactly. That is part of the whole live beautifully philosophy, right? I mean, because were you really living beautifully? Were you being true to yourself? No, you weren't. You were kind of getting by. And so many people get by and think, well, this is okay. And that makes me sad, that because they're not even allowing themselves to consider the possibilities of something else. We don't know how things are going to always turn out, right? But you have to take that step. You have to be willing to try something new and place your trust in something else. Well, trust yourself and take that leap of faith, right?
And that's what's so beautiful. And I think the only way I know for me that I can trust myself is by doing it. What is perfection to you and me? It might mean different things. And it is, and I remember that I went to that Tony Robbins World Summit, and Dean Grazioli said that, he said, how do you want to look at your life? And he said, the cemeteries are full of people that were the almost. Right. Look at what the almost could have been. He said, look at all the people that could have been. He said, what do you want in your life? And that really hit me. That hit me very powerfully.
Right. And it's yes, I 100% agree with that.
Yes.
Why? Yeah. Do you want to be someone who looks back on their life in regret, or say, yeah, I tried, it wasn't perfect. I failed at some things. I succeeded in other things, and what a grand and glorious adventure it's been.
Well, yeah. And you said the word succeeded in things. And, I've really, especially this last year, what is success? Maybe success is, we're going to have a new definition perhaps of success. I don't, I know I am right now.
Success is absolutely personal, right? I mean, because I think we all know comparing doesn't really serve us, because people are in different places in their lives. They have different things. But yeah, kind of in some of my classes and groups, I have people write out a definition of success, and some days kind of during this stuff, success is getting out of the pajamas, brushing your teeth, taking that shower, just keeping it very simple, and celebrating those little small victories. Because we're experiencing unprecedented, this is an unprecedented time. Clutter's something you're not dealing with, right? I mean, there's different kinds of clutter, right? There's hoarding, right? So that's usually a deeper emotional issue. There's some sort of usually trauma or fear. It's usually very fear-based. And there is almost like a sense of security by having stuff, even though it gets very out of proportion. I'm visual, so some people might think that my desk is cluttered, but I like to kind of look at, what I'm looking for, and it's a visual cue or reminder. And then it gets to a point where I have to clean it all up or put it away. But clutter is noise. Have you ever think about when you have everything's really cluttered, it feels really loud in that space. Have you ever experienced that?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you go in to redo somebody's home, I'm just wondering, do you tell them to clean out the clutter first at all? Or, I mean, is that, let's say they got a lot of
Well,
stuff on?
it's a very touchy subject, right?
Oh,
Because
sure. Yeah.
when someone invites you into their
Right.
home,
Yeah.
it's very personal, right?
Right.
So I'm in your bedroom, I'm in your closet, I'm in your bathroom. I mean, I see it
Yeah.
all. So, and I don't judge. I mean, everybody, you are where you are,
Right.
and so what I call it is editing. Do you know that? Uh, you know, helping people to edit, to release what they no longer, what they're not using anymore, what's in the way. A lot of times people will have an attachment to things. Maybe you have this big armoire that your great aunt Edna gave you, and it doesn't really work, and it doesn't fit in your house, and it's big and bulky, but you feel too guilty to get rid of it because it was a family piece or whatever. So it's kind of, what really matters, right? What's important to you. And I believe surrounding yourself with things that you love, and then letting go of the rest.
How do you help people live beautifully?
Thank you for asking.
Absolutely.
Well, I certainly do that with interior design, and my website is livebeautifully.net. So I do in design services, but I also do what I call whole life design. So it's a holistic approach, right, to designing a life that you love. So I do private coaching, I do classes. I've just finished a designer life class. I do that once, sometimes twice every year. So it's a very deep dive to help people really go through quite a process to determine what they love, what matters to them, and giving themselves permission to live that life, that it doesn't have to look like everybody else's has. And it's amazing that people have gone on to do incredible things, which is, I feel like, yay, they're really out there doing their deal. So it's fun. It's very fun for me. And I also do a class on beliefs, because, what's a belief? A belief's a thought. You keep thinking, it's that story that you tell. So is it serving you, or is it, diminishing you?
Yes. And you are a designer, muse, and possibilitarian.
Yes.
Would you explain that?
So to me, a possibilitarian is just knowing that all things are possible, right? So that's really how I try to live my life, just knowing all things are possible. And the designer, that's just who I am. I can see it, help put it together, whether it's designing homes or lives. And then the muse, to me, is someone who inspires. So I'm not going to do it for you. I mean, I suppose I could, but really, I want to inspire you and give you the tools to create the home and the life that you love.
What bigger gift you are giving than giving us, what is it called? I'll teach you how to fish, but I'm not going to fish for you. And
Yes.
what a wonderful thing that you're doing to people. And I will say that when I was at your home last year, I felt this warmth, and I didn't know you, and you were so welcoming. And I was so impressed at how you also made it a point to include everyone. And that was a special gift. And I thought, wow, I can just feel that in your work, that you probably have that love and that inclusion, and that really wanting to see people. And I think that's quite a gift. So.
Thank you. Yeah, I do. I'm everybody is important, right? And if you're coming together, I want to hear what you have to say. I want you to connect. Yeah, let's be part of. I think we are seeing. Well, you know how powerful it is to be part of a group, and it's important for everybody to be able to engage, and to be included.
That is such a great point. And we will have, for everyone, we will have contact information so you can easily get in touch with Mary Lindsey Wilson. And Mary, is there anything, quotes that you could share with us before we go? Because it's just been wonderful having you.
I don't know if I said this before, but I love that. Live out your imagination, not your history. And I love that. Dwell in possibility. Yeah. And my philosophy, right, is to live beautifully. So it's just kind of short and sweet, but it is, to me, it's so all encompassing.
It really is. And thank you for helping us. And I know you're helping a lot of people live beautifully. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.